Alright, go ahead.
We're going to do section A. We start off with our clearance lights. Our clearance lights are properly mounted, not been broken or cracked. They're amber in color, they're working properly, and not missing no screws. We have our front headlights. Front headlights are properly mounted, not been broken or cracked. We have our low beams and high beams. And our left turn signal, right turn signal, forward flasher are amber in color. And they're working properly at all times. Not been broken or cracked. We check underneath the truck. Make sure there's no loose wires, nothing hanging, nothing leaking. Make sure everything's good to go. Not been broken or cracked. Open up our hood. We have our alternator. Our alternator is properly mounted, not been broken or cracked. It is belt driven, and my belt has no more than 3/4 of play on the belt. And there's no frays, no loose wires, no illegal repairs, no illegal tapes. All working properly at all times, not missing parts or bolts. That's the only thing on this side. Everything else on the side. And now we go to our coolant reservoir. Coolant reservoir is properly mounted at a proper level, not leaking. Our caps are tight and secure. This is where I'll add coolant if my truck is cool enough to do so. My individual hoses have no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts, no rips or torn, and it's not leaking, and it's properly secure with clamps on both ends. Then we go to our water pump. Our water pump is properly mounted, not been broken or cracked. It is not leaking. It's also belt driven. My belt has no more than 3/4 of play. There's no parts missing. All properly mounted. Then we go to our engine oil dipstick. It is on tight and secure. This is where I check my engine oil level. I have my engine oil cap tight and secure. This is where I'll add oil if I need to add oil. Cap is tight and secure. Then we have our power steering reservoir. Our power steering reservoir is properly mounted. It is at a proper level. It's not leaking. And my caps are tight and secured with the hoses, no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. And it has a clamp on both ends. Tight and secured. Then we have our power steering pump back here behind the frame. Our power steering pump is gear driven to the air compressor, not been broken or cracked. They're both working properly. The air compressor is gear driven as well. And they're all working properly, not been broken or cracked. Then we come out here to our steering shaft. Our steering shaft is properly mounted, not been broken or cracked. It doesn't have more than 2 inches of free play. And our U-joints, universal joints, are properly lubricated on both ends. Then we have our steering gearbox. Our steering gearbox and hoses are properly mounted, not been broken or cracked. Not leaking. My hoses have no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. Not leaking. Clamps on both ends. Then we have our steering linkage, which consists of our pivot arm, drag link, and steering knuckle back here. And then our tie rod ends. They're all properly mounted, not been broken or cracked. And I have a castle nut here and a castle nut here with cotter keys. And they're properly mounted, not been broken or cracked, not missing. Then we go to our suspension, starting with our spring mount. Our spring mount is properly mounted, not been broken or cracked, not missing nuts or bolts. Then we have our leaf spring. Our leaf spring is properly mounted, not shifted, no illegal welds, and it has 2 U-bolts and spacer directly connected to the axle. The U-bolts are properly mounted, not been broken or cracked, not missing nuts or bolts. Then we go to our shock absorber. The shock absorber is properly mounted, not been broken or cracked, not leaking hydraulic fluid. Now we go to our brake system. We have our brake chamber. Our chamber and clamps are properly mounted, not been broken or cracked, working properly at all times. My air lines and hoses, they're properly mounted, no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts, not leaking, and properly secured on both ends. Clamps. Then we have our slack adjuster. It's properly mounted, not been broken or cracked. Then we have our push rod. Our push rod is connected to our slack adjuster and is connected with the cotter pin and cotter key. And the push rod has no more than 1 inch of free play when brakes are released. And inside we have our brake drum. Our brake drum is properly mounted, not been broken or cracked, no illegal welds. Then we have our brake shoe. with no less than a 1/4 inch of thread. We have our brake lining. The brake lining has no white powder, no oil or grease. Properly mounted and been broken or cracked. Then we come out to outside to the tire. Our tire is properly inflated to 100 psi or at manufacturer specification. There's no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. No nails, no screws. And it has evenly worn thread. My minimum tire depth for the front tire is 432s. And it is no recaps on these tires. My valve stem is present. This is where I check my tire pressure with the tire pressure gauge. And it's not been broken or cracked, not leaking. Then we go to our rim. Our rim is properly mounted, not been broken or cracked, no illegal oil. And it has all my lug nuts present. None are loose, and I know they're not loose because there's no shiny thread or rust or